AFSP Charity Tournament Final. The grand final is on right now. Yonut on blue with the first placement here. We've got Gustavo, Magnifico, and Chun going to be playing orange, green, and red respectively. We're jumping into Yonut's first placement. Anything jumping out at you, Ivy?
8-5-10 looks pretty strong. There's not much ore on the board. Get some wood brick, which is nice to pair up.
Boom.
It's probably where I would place.
I mean, you only had about 10 seconds on that. Yonut took about 3 minutes. Y'all came to the same conclusion. 8-5-10 is the play. It is a 3-1 port and a wheat port out there. Wheat not super great either. 3-4 and a 9 out there. Like you said, ore's pretty rare. So that 4-5-11 starts to look a bit more and more enticing, I think. Wood is very abundant.
I would agree. Yeah, and I think that works in first position's favor because he's going to get on another strong wood spot if he wants it, and then he'll have the 3-for-1 port. If he isn't able to get on wheat.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few games more and more as I keep casting these tournaments where people don't even play for wheat anymore.
Yeah, the meta's shifting a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
Yeah, and a 5-9-10 here as the second spot, pointing towards an ore port, but also a 3-1 out there too, so not too bad for Gustavo.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's really the only strong brick. And there's going to be a ton of wood, so brick will probably be high value trade commodity for orange.
Yeah, this one seems to be kind of a wood dominated board, 6, 8, 9. I could see this wood port coming into play quite a bit. Wherever that is. And
Ooh.
Wow, Magnifico. I circled the 9-10 on stream there with the 3-1 port. That blocks out Yonut's chances for that 3-1. But how about starting on a 2-hex spot?
Man. I mean, I can't really criticize the guy who just beat me in the semis, but
that's true.
But I mean, I like that it blocks the 3-for-1 port.
Mm-hmm.
They are they're two like pretty rare resources, and I mean he'll have plenty of like wood spots to pair up with it. So I mean, in a sense, it doesn't really make sense to take a wood spot in third position because it's going to be around.
Yeah, I see.
I might have gone for the 5-4-11 though.
5-for-11, yeah. And Kuchi in chat saying the 3-4-5 might even be interesting.
Or even the 3-4-5 towards the wood port.
Mm-hmm. I could maybe even see fourth player here, Chun, going 3-4-5 point to the wood port. Maybe even a 6-4-3 point to the 8-4. Don't need the brick port, but you have some options there to get 6 and 8 wood, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, I do see why, Magnifico taking the 9-10 first. He's almost guaranteed to get a 6 or an 8 of wood, or the 9. So, I mean, really, you're going to get the wheat, which is, I guess, in their mind, probably necessary. And then they get a decent brick on that one as well. Looks like Chun agrees. 3-4-5 is their first placement. They point north towards the wood port. Where do you think? 8-4-3, 6-4-3, 6-4-11 they decide to go for instead. Start with a road anyway. Maybe towards sheep-port instead? I think they favor the sheep-port because they'll end up getting the 6 sheep up top, and they do start on a 4.
Seems like, yeah.
I don't mind that at all for Chun.
Right. You never know, though. That wood port might get snatched up.
It looks like it, it's possible, especially for someone like Yonut who got blocked off on that 3-1. Pointing towards the wheat port isn't going to do too much if you're not guaranteed a good wheat anyway. I think if anyone, Yonut might be the one to do it.
Yeah, but then you're just kind of stuck on 3-5 5, 6, 8, 10. I mean, there are worse numbers to be on, but
There's worse numbers.
those are probably the only numbers you'll get this whole game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the middle of the board is still wide open, but no port is a problem.
And it feels like Magnifico is happy with this result. They got the 8 wood after their 9-10 placement there. A 4 and a 3, they get a bit of that ore. This pushes Gustavo into a 9-4-11. And that's going to get them some wheat there with some extra sheep. They're going to be doubled up on this 9 wood here. And they're pretty much blocking everything in the middle. That only leaves a few spots here for a Yonut here. Gustavo points down to the 5-11 too. But there's a 3-6-11 still open. The 6-4-2 is still open.
That's probably where I would end up going.
And then a couple of, I guess, shore spots if they want to take any of these ports. Again, like you said, not sure if they want to confine themselves to the 3, 5, 6, 8, 10 numbers. Let's see if they take this 2, 4, 6. They get some. They get 2, 3 hex spots. That looks pretty good for them. Or wheat and sheep. Not too bad for Yonut again.
Right.
Now it's usually I like to.
No, I think he's probably pretty happy with that spot, honestly.
I think so. That's as good of a wheat as he can get, and unlikely to be blocked since triple shared. It's gonna be Gustavo and Chun on it. Now, I guess that probably means Yonut probably the favorite here to get largest army again. Longest road, my sense, probably over to Gustavo, who is already fairly close. Centered around that 9 wood. I guess possibility here for Chun once they get that wood port, once they get that sheep port, lots of space on that southwest side for Chun just to build around. Maybe we can get themselves out to another 3-1 port there on the 9-12, reaching for another wheat. My guess is they'll probably expand to the 6-12 desert first just to double up on some of that wood for that wood port.
Mm.
Yeah, Yonut placing it out right now. It's unlikely that that wheat port is really going to be a huge deal. Maybe he's trying to make a deal here for a cutoff. No, road points north, and that's going to do it. First placements are down, opening hands. It's going to be wheat, sheep, wood for Gustavo. Yonut starts with a dev card. Chun is the only one that starts with a road in hand. And Magnifico has an ore, sheep, and a wood. 8 is the first roll. A lot of wood out there. Sixes following up after that. So 6s, 8s, 6s, and 8s, and 6s and 8s keep rolling. So this makes that wood port look really, really good now.
Yeah.
We get a 2 Yonut. He started with a dev card there, so 2 ore and a wheat in hand already. Do you think Yonut holds here?
What else does he have?
He's got a bunch of wood from the 8s rolling out a couple of times. Yeah, road drops down.
Maybe you can make a trade happen, but I doubt it, right?
Doubt the trade will happen. The 7 happens on their turn. If you're Yonut, what's the block here? Maybe a 6 wood.
That's a tough question. Yeah.
Is red your biggest threat right now if they get to that wood port? Maybe blocking out the 6 wood. Green's only on 5 numbers. Orange is going to have a tough time getting to the ore and getting their game going. I think the fastest one might be red.
Yeah.
They've got.
I think so.
5 ore. No, they block 5 brick.
5 brick's a good block too. I would have considered that as well.
They block 5 brick, so Gustavo being solo blocked early on. Maybe starting hands too. Maybe stealing something that Yonut actually needs from that hand as well.
Right. He needs
maybe stealing
another wheat.
Yeah.
So maybe he got it.
Very possible. Dev card.
As a dev.
Yonut is was a big fan of those devs. Another 6 rolls out. Sheep and the wood, 9. That's going to be a nice roll for Gustavo as he pockets double wood on that roll. Magnifico, again, I almost called this, was dev cards for Magnifico and Yonut here. And so you can see them start battling it out already.
Yeah, that's good to see.
Which I think makes that even better for red, right? Chun is going to build this settlement down on the wood port. He's going to have a free settlement down on the sheep. Another settlement on the 612. And then they can start sitting up. Longest road will be theirs. No one's going to contest it until Gustavo actually gets in the game. But right now, early block means that Chun gets out in the lead. And yeah, Gustavo is going to have a tough time catching up for longest road.
Yeah, and I think you always like to see 2 players competing for something. So, you know, if green and blue are going to be competing for dev cards and army, but that's not your play, then I think you're usually pretty happy to see that. As long as you can keep up points-wise and production-wise.
Yeah, interesting though. Chun was actually trying to trade away for some ore there. No trades actually ended up happening, and here Yonut rolls a 10. Get some brick off of that one. Hasn't put down any roads yet, and I'm not sure where his first road is actually going to be. Do you think he goes for this wheat first, or does he double up on the 2 and get that 3-1?
I think he's probably going to go 3-1. But he's looking for a dev card.
Yeah, dev card. Big Maple's asking dev card or death card. Oh, I wish there were death cards in this one. Dev card, short for development card. One of these ones right here, the deck. Yonut trying to make a 3-for-3 happen. Trying to make it look like he's going for a dev card, but I think that's actually a city in disguise.
I kind of like that. Yeah, I mean he's got at least 1 ore, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what else he has in his hand, but maybe he could 4-for-1 for another one or something.
That might be a sneaky trade. Yeah, might be a sneaky trade. But yeah, the settlement for he does go to the 3-1 port. Both look rather unappealing. One of the 2s already rolled already, so how many more 2s can you count on? But doubling up, if it does hit, you're feeling pretty good about it. Right now, 8s and 10s are the ones that are hitting, so if you expand to the 8, it does feel like you get more production, but at the end of the day, you don't have ports to make that work, so then you just fill up your hand with a bunch of wood.
Right, I think you need the flexibility of the 3-1 port first. I don't think he's under threat of being plowed by green.
Yeah,
so he should be relatively safe getting over there, but you know, it's low brick, so it's going to be a slow start, I think.
Yeah.
For everyone. Relatively.
I think I'm almost liking Magnifico's spot a little bit better now. He's going to go for this 8-10 spot since they're already on a 3-1, but then they have a double road back to the 3-6-11 for a nice expansion there too, unless someone else can beat them there.
Yeah, I mean, they could also double road up to the 5-11 desert.
Double road to the 5-11 and then cut off Gustavo in the process there. Do you like that play a little bit more than going to the 3-6-11?
It's riskier.
Definitely riskier.
I think Ore's going to have more peer-to-peer trade value, and is also just more valuable in general, but maybe you just want the production for your ports.
Yeah. You gotta think that's gonna be Gustavo's first settlement, right? The 5-11 should be their first road settle.
Yeah, but he's kind of
blocked right now.
Right. Well, this happened in my game. There were no 7s rolled for what felt like the first 5 rounds or something.
Yeah. That really is unfortunate for the first player to get blocked.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just lives on the 5 brick right now, and since it's not moving, you know, he's not going to be able to build any roads out there. So, I mean, it's possible that Magnifico gets a settlement down and gets a couple road settles before Gustavo even frees that up.
Sure. There's an 8 for green and blue, but they're looking for ore and wheat.
Yeah, Yona trying to go 2 for 1 there. Chin did buy a dev card on that last turn there. It's a 2 for 1 to Gustavo. Gustavo wanting that brick too. So I think that's a fair trade. City up. We thought Yona was gonna get it. Yeah, I think it's gonna be sitting on that 5 ore maybe. He blocks the 10 brick. Brick kind of being the critical resource in this one, either the 5 or the 10 being blocked out. But I guess this does slow things down for the rest of the table. Actually steals from Magnifico. Maybe looking for something in that hand. Maybe understanding that there was opportunity there for that 5-11, so stealing.
Yeah, maybe he's listening to us, you know.
Could be. Magnifico reveals a knight, goes ahead and moves it off of the 10 onto the 5, clears up their numbers. I don't think Magnifico is still a huge threat at the moment just yet. You know, they do have a slow game to develop. They're only on the 5 numbers first, and even when they expand, they're just expanding to an 8-10, which are the same numbers, as opposed to, you know, 3-6-11, where it catches you 2 new numbers. That 5 turned out to be a great block. That's going to be 3 ore left off the board. Magnifico goes 3-1 with his port and gets that settlement down on the 8-10. Decent start for Magnifico there, keeping up at least in production with Yona.
Honestly, like, that's all you can ask for, I think. Keeping up, you know, we expected him to have somewhat of a slower start, just because he's on the coast there, but I like his spot now.
Yeah, not bad, but right now Yona with control moves it over to the 4 sheep and blocks that one off, but I guess Magnifico doesn't care because he's got the 10 sheep and that one rolls.
Yeah, I think we'll see though. I mean, I don't know how close anyone else is to another city.
I think 5s have been the only thing that have rolled, so Chun might have a couple, but used at least 1 ore for the dev card there.
Right, and I mean, he's supposed to have a city, right? He's on the 5-4-3.
Yeah, supposed to be the next one.
But you know, that's going to be the hurdle for green and red or green and orange to overcome. Is just like, can you keep up with blue? He's already got a city on an 8-5-10.
Yeah. 2-1 goes out. Yona keeps trading away these bricks at an insane price. He makes 2 of them for every 10 roll, but he gets 2 resources every time, and Gustavo is taking the trades.
Sometimes you feel like you just got to make something happen.
Yeah.
You know, if all you've built is 1 road and the other players have a city or like a settlement on a port or something, there's definitely a little urgency.
Yeah, and sometimes you just have to make it happen, and hopefully on their turn. I mean, that trade actually put Gustavo up over 7. That can be real tragic if he 7's out here. The settlement comes down on the 3-1 port. Gustavo avoids the 7. 9 resources in hand now. Hopefully they get a settlement for themselves. What is this? Gustavo trying to make the same trade back? Is that what I'm seeing? Yona gave.
No, this is the same trade again.
Oh, the same
right?
trade again. He wants another brick. Oh, he wants that second brick.
I don't think Ion has it.
If he traded 1 and built the settlement, I don't think Ion's got it. Doesn't matter. He puts it down on the 5-11. That puts Gustavo in a better spot again. 10s keep rolling though, and now that Magnifico is doubled up, 10 sheep, 10 brick. Oh, but those 5s that we were talking about, they start hitting now, and there's ore on the board.
Right, and now blue has the 3-1 port. So and he should be able to get another wood for cheap if he wants to 3-for-1.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Ion Yona just still buying dev cards at this point too. I think the next settlement for him might even be a road settle onto the 6 sheep to try and double that up. I'm not sure if they really even want to double up on this 8 wood. Maybe. I mean, every time an 8 rolls, that's gonna be 1 free card, of course.
Yeah. And his wheat production is never going to be able to keep up with this 6 sheep anyway. So
yeah,
it might be a better idea to just triple up on the 8.
Make that a bit of a target, but that still leaves your 5 ore open. That leaves your 10 brick open. Ultimately, that 6-4 is going to have to get CD'd up.
Right.
Wow. Yonat actually willing to trade away some of that ore now for wood or for brick at a straight 1-to-1. And I think if I'm one of the other players, I might even look at that. Even Chun here, if he can get a city on the 5-4-3, I feel like that leads to a second city fairly quick.
You would hope so, yeah.
And then the wood port and the sheep port, and all of a sudden, red looks like they're in a good spot.
Definitely. He especially considering he may have a victory point
already,
or a mono.
Even if they get the settlement first, I mean, that opens up some sheep production there, but only doubles up on the 3. I feel like the city does a lot more there on the 3-4-5.
Yeah, like you said, I think it gives you the next city pretty quickly.
Yonat skips the trade, drops a road down to the wheat port. It is confirmed. Tripling up on the 8 for production is great. The 11 rolls, and that's 2 sheep for Gustavo, who is doubled up on the 11 in the middle of the board there.
Yeah, but what are you going to do with it?
No ports just yet, but they do have option here. Oh, hello? The build around 6-3-11. Ignore the ports. We're going to get to that 3-1 eventually. Magnifico. I thought Magnifico was going to build back for it, but it ends up being Gustavo. And now all of a sudden Gustavo dominates the center of the board, and probably then means they're going to have longest road here too.
Right. Which, I mean, I think we saw coming with the initial placements.
Yeah. Finally getting that Robert off of the 5 brick helped a lot.
Yeah, I think this could really pay off. I would say it's slightly more risky than going to the 3-1, but there's more upside if it works out.
Yeah, getting this triple hex spot, that's going to amp up your wood production here with a 6 and a 9. They also catch a piece of that 3 ore to go with that 5 ore. So
right.
Then cities aren't
Nothing
that
wrong with
hard
that.
For a road building player to get those cities up, between a 5 and a 3 ore. That's going to make your game a lot easier.
Yeah.
So that feels like, Magnifico falls behind in some respects here. They don't have another dev card up. Their production is much slower now, especially if they don't have that 6-3-11 expansion.
Right. I mean, they're still only on 5 numbers, right? They built on the 10, but they're already on a 10, so it's even more just feast or famine.
Yeah, waiting on those 10s to just keep chaining, and I think it's going to be a hard game for Magnifico.
Right, like I think he's got to play for Army, but the production is just so much better for Blue.
Yeah, Blue 5 ore, 4 wheat, 6 sheep, and you're gonna have a 3-1 port with the 8 and 10 citied up already. Definitely feels like Yonit should have the edge on Army, having played 1 night apiece. And Road right now looking like it's going over to Gustavo. We thought Chun might be a little bit of an opponent, but building only 2 roads so far and no settlements.
Yeah, I mean he's waiting on the 4 to hit, right? The 4 gives him the settlement. He always has wood and brick, it seems, but 4 gives him wheat and sheep.
Yeah,
but he's blocked.
After those initial 7s and those initial knights, the robbers settled on the 4 again, and it stayed almost just as many rounds as it has on that 5 brick. So that,
yeah, I think so.
That 4 sheep has been pretty quiet this whole game. The 10s do roll though, so that does help Magnifico, who gets that sheep and the brick on their turn. Yonut here, seemingly always on 10 resources one way or another. Oh. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. That's our first plow of the game. 3 rows to cut back to much better wheat here. And Magnifico's game just got a whole bunch harder.
Not to mention he 7s out.
That's true pain right there.
Yeah, that's when I start having internet problems.
That is true pain right there for Magnifico. Getting plowed and robbed back to back. He threw away a road and double sheep on that. So not only did he have it, but oh man, that is Magnifico's game. But never say never, I guess.
Yeah.
He does.
I mean, I'm kind of saying never. But he did wipe the floor with me last round, so yeah. All respect to
Oh, man. And Gustavo moves the robber onto his 10, mostly aiming for Yonut, but man, that is also Magnifico's number. When That's it brutal. Rains, it pours. So plow, 7 out, and robbed. That is that's a series of events.
Yeah, what can you do, man?
Gustavo maybe feeling a little bit of sympathy, gives a 2-for-1 back to Magnifico. And, you know, they're playing the nice guy. Well, of course, that's a fair trade as they get the 3, 6, 11 for their production, and the 6 pays off right away.
Right.
Magnifico meekly places the road down on the 8-4 towards a brick port and passes on to Chun, who is a computer right now. So hopefully we
he's back.
Gets him back. Reconnected. The 9 hits, double wood, single wheat. Chun on 7, still not able to get that settlement down just yet. I think we're favoring Yonut here, but I don't mind Gustavo's position either.
My only issue is he doesn't have a city and he doesn't have a port.
Yeah.
And so, you know, if he ever... And those are like things that the table will probably be aware of and will probably want to keep him off as long as they can.
Yeah, most likely.
So, you know,
trade.
They might just turn him into the road slave.
Yeah, you gotta think that the next road is gonna be on the 5 brick 3-1 port in the northwest, and then 3 roads to connect and keep Yonut off of the longest road. I don't think Yonut is very close to closing things out. Largest army not quite there yet. Needs a few more development cards to make that happen. So Yonut not, you know, in a place where he can threaten to suddenly end the game.
No, but he's just set up so well now.
Oh.
And the 2 rolls.
And
I don't know.
The 2 rolls. If it hits, it hits. He doubled up on it. There's a dev card there for Magnifico. So maybe the table does trade some dev cards to Magnif if they can hold army.
I think you have to, right? If you're red and orange.
Yeah. As long as Magnif can get the ore for it, which is pretty tough right now, just on that 3. It's going to be hard to keep up.
Right, well, he just picked one up.
Well, he can trade all these 10s in for it if it's sheep and brick. Try to go 3-1. That settlement did come down for Chun on that wood port. 6-3 finally active.
Yeah.
So hopefully we get that 11 sheep port down at the bottom and start trading up for a city there too. But no, Yonut sets down on the 9-12 and things are looking up. 7 points already. Yonut by far in the lead. 7-4-3-3 is the current score.
So I think orange needs to trade a sheep to green for a brick, and then green will have a dev.
Willing to go sheep and ore. I think they are realizing, hey, you take army, I take road.
Yeah, that's what they have to do.
And that is just what we're gonna do. The trade actually goes through to Chun instead, not to Magnifico.
Interesting.
Magnifico gonna have to come by that themselves.
I mean, he's got a lot of sheep. Well, he might still have like 5 sheep left, right? Because 2 11s rolled that round, so
that is a lot. Great Danger says Yonut and the 7s are best friends, invincible with 10 cards.
Oh, and they're like, oh, he traded with blue.
Oh, 3-1
for one brick. I don't know about that.
Oh, okay. I mean, Yonut probably knew that was going to happen, but I don't think Yonut really wanted to keep road. I mean, if he can sneak road, that's fine. But Yonut looks like they're
honestly.
And...
Yeah, no, that's good for. I mean, it's not good for Yonut because he could have won.
Yeah.
But like, if you can just get the guy who you know is going to take longest road eventually to not build cities or settlements on ports and just have to buy more roads, like that's good for you in the long term.
Yeah, trading away all those resources just to build roads that don't produce. I would prefer that for my opponents too. Oh, road plowed. Building into the plow. Magnifico finding a way along the coast, not playing with the table here. Doesn't have longest road. Gustavo still holds it. I don't know if I saw that coming at all.
That is interesting.
So now they find themselves on a potentially 5 brick here. If they can get themselves onto the brick port down towards the southwest, maybe there's something there. Longest road possible.
Certainly possible, but long term, I don't know. I feel like orange is still in a good. Actually, no, because they don't have a port now. So
they do not have a port. Let's try to count orange here. So let's say Magnifico wraps along to the 5-2 here. They build out the 4. That's another 2 for Yonut on their turn, no less. I don't know if orange can actually hold longest road unless they build south on the 6th desert down to 11-12. Down that way, maybe. So possible for orange, but yeah, for sure it's going to be way tougher now for orange. No ports. That 3-1 is going to be really tough to reach with Yonut in the way.
I mean, it's not impossible though for orange to double road settle on the 5 port the other way anyway. Like green's production is just. Oh wow.
Green's production is a little bit lower for sure, just on those 5 numbers. They hit a 10, but before that, the second city for Yonut.
Right. I think that might be the settlement for green anyway.
They do roll a 7 out, so that is going to go over the 5 ore. Great block for Magnifico. They get to steal from Yonut here, put themselves on 6 cards, but if they can slow down everyone else's cities, that might be able to bring Magnifico back into it.
Yeah, the problem is blue already has 2 cities.
He already has 2 cities, yeah. So I mean, it slows down red and orange, but definitely doesn't slow down blue by any means.
Yeah.
There's a 9 that comes out. Gustavo hits double wood on that, and you're saying that he can build 5-2 off to the 5 port and still build over there. Absolutely. And then that would...
You could try.
That would definitely block Magnifico's chances of really getting going in this game.
Yeah, but I believe green has brick, sheep, and wheat. I don't know if they have wood, but they might.
Oh, you're not trying to make a 2-for-2 trade happen. Brick and wheat for an ore
Yeah,
and a
don't.
sheep, but yeah, they're not even looking at it. They pass immediately. The 8 rolls anyway.
Yeah, so
for some
there's the
wood.
settlement for green. Green has a settlement in hand.
Hey, excuse me. Yeah, even with a 7-out, Magnifico should be able to hold on to it. But best case scenario is they don't 7-out. They need all the cards that they can get.
They sure do.
Yonat here is trying to trade, but I think all the trades now are going to be 1-for-2, and Chun makes that. No, Gustavo actually takes a 1-for-1 on that one. The settlement is down for Yonat, who's on 7 points again, without longest
Yeah,
road.
maybe he's thinking what I'm thinking about 2 roads to the 3-for-1.
Maybe,
But I don't think he doesn't have it, so he's kind of dead in the water.
Yeah, Gustavo.
In that regard.
Oh, he
maybe
builds
he
a
does have
road
it.
north.
That's a wasted road, I
He
think.
passes, though. Magnifico, 11 cards. Doesn't hit on that one. Should have the settlement down here onto the 3-1. Plowed. And he's going to complete it, I'm sure. But Yonat did point a road down on the 12-9, which puts them at 6 roads themselves. A couple roads and a settlement was actually a game for Yonat.
True. Would you go for dev cards anymore?
It depends if road gets extended at all here. Like if Gustavo keeps extending, then I start buying devs. Right? It's just harder and harder to keep chasing it. I think Yonat might get it anyway. His 8-10 production on roads is still good enough, I think. But dev cards, pretty guaranteed. Like that 8 keeps rolling. If you hit another 10, that's your 2 roads there.
Right.
Army might be a little bit too slow.
I don't know. I think he's got all the time in the world.
Yeah, that's true. No one else has cities, right? The Yonat is dominating this game. Those 2-2s for 4 ore. If Yonat hits another 2, that's 2,000% game.
Yeah.
Chun goes to the bank. 2 sheep for an ore. Is that a city for Chun? 5 cards. And nobody else was able to race. Magnifico did buy a development card, but that turned out to be a road building, which I think shifted their plans a little bit. And it forced them to kind of build out. Yonat, 9 cards here. Add a wheat to that 3 wood that they just got. No 7s for Yonat. Gets to keep every single one of their cards. A 3-1 for an ore. I think they are going to dev. They're going to take their time.
Why not?
They are going to just go ahead. They've got all the time in the world. No cities out there. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, oh man. The thing is, like, road is not safe either. He could take it in a turn if he wanted to, depending on what he rolls.
Yeah, there's still another road building in the devs too, so it's totally possible that they do get that. I like the devs; they're pretty safe.
Well, I mean, what if he bought a VP? Like, then it's
even
easy.
Better.
Just build a couple roads, or a mono. Any card he gets is good for him.
Yeah, that's a great spot to be. Sometimes you buy a dev hoping for only 1 or 2 cards, but in this case, Yonat happy with anything in the deck.
Pretty much anything.
Yeah. So the block does go on to the 10. Another road comes down anyway for Gustavo.
I mean, yeah, that's what you got to do. It's your job.
Extending it. Chun now back onto 7 cards here. 4 settlements out onto the board. 1 development card for them that they've been holding for some time. No cities yet.
Right.
So they seem to be pretty far off. Not looking at longest road. Not really looking at largest army here either.
Right. Well, here's the problem, right? For orange and red, they're sharing their ore and wheat with blue, who has a city on both, right? So like, rolling a 5 for them is good, but it's better for blue. Rolling a 4 for them is good, but it's better for blue. So it's really like, in this way, like you never catch up because blue is always producing more than you. You can't block them either.
It's always ahead. Yeah, you basically have to try to get your cities off of like the 3 ore. And that sounds pretty tough.
Yeah.
So Chin here does get back into the game here with their 7 cards. Yonut somehow gets themselves back up to 5, and probably with another roll on their turn, they'll somehow end up with 8 cards again. So Chin try and go 2 for 1 just for a single wheat now. I think they've been trying to save up for a city. They had a couple of trades earlier on where I think they just held on to an ore, 2 for 1 with the sheep. That deal goes through with Magnifico. That leaves 6 resources in Chun's hands. Oh! That's a road building into the 5th settlement.
Alrighty.
So that settlement goes down onto the 8 wood, 3 wheat. Gustavo, meanwhile, gets 7'd out. And yeah, they're going to be stuck building roads all game.
Man, I feel for you, Orange.
Yeah. They're probably going to have to build 311, 39, 910, connect all their roads best they can, and that's their game.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but I did say when they decided to build the roads from the 511 to the 3611, I was like, it's a little riskier.
It's a little riskier.
But, you know, I didn't hate the play at the time. How are you supposed to know they had a road builder?
That's right, and that they would go that way. I mean, I think getting cut off on that 912 desert, I mean, that was pretty unfortunate there too. Not that I think.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe they would have road buildered to the 6 wood. You know?
That's possible.
If that was open. Catan Champs thinking that Yonut will put the robber on the 5 ore and self block. Ooh, that's a risky play.
Yeah, just wait for another 2 to roll.
Oh, great block on the 5 brick. As the ore does roll, Yonut did sneak another dev card in there. So they've got 2 dev cards in there, and it just seems like the 2 is gonna be
what I say, chat.
It's gonna be it. It's all on that 2. GG. He's made, what is that, 7 ore from the 2. And now you get the 8 to follow up. Yonut with 9 cards. Will he actually get hit with the robber this time?
No way.
No way. Another 8, 6 wood in hand.
He might be able to. You think he can build 3 roads? No.
6 wood. No port. 3 to 1 port. He's got like 1.
He's got 2 roads at least, I think.
Yeah.
Well, he can trade in the 3 ore.
He could trade in
that he got from the 2. He can trade in 3 wood, and that'll give him 3 wood and 2 brick. And then
I think he's thinking about buying more devs.
I mean, can he road settle? Maybe he has 2 VPs. He hasn't played a knight.
A road settle would do it.
Or a city. He could city, right? If he trades in the 6 wood for the
yeah, 2 wheat. Yeah. 6 wood makes 2 wheat.
If he has 2 VPs. I don't know what else he could have. He should play a knight if he has one, right? Because then you just win on next turn after you buy another dev card.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just taunting them in the voice chat.
He's just waiting. He's already got the win. He's just saying, "Good game. This is what you should have done." If I were in your position,
what you did that to us on Tuesday this week.
What do you mean?
We were like frantically trying to figure out how to take road from you, and then you.
I know.
We're just sitting there on your turn, holding a city or something.
That did happen. Wow.
Okay, GG.
He throws the mono for extra wood out there. He catches a few more, so definitely not 2 points in there. But man,
no, but he picked up an extra 7 cards.
Yeah, he's only got 19 in his hand right now, so I don't know what he can build with that. Puts down the city first.
I'm surprised he didn't just build the 3 roads.
Does he have a point? Maybe he's got something else. Maybe it is just a knight.
No, he's got it.
There it is. There's the road. There's the road. No,
he just wanted 11.
roads. 2 roads.
So he doesn't have a point.
Doesn't have it. No.
Did he buy 2 knights or 2 devs last turn?
So he
No.
No, he had that one too. I guess it's not a point. I don't know. I mean, playing the knight there doesn't necessarily. I guess I don't know.
Right, but
army
he
wouldn't
had
have given him game either.
Well, he had enough to trade for road, right? He had enough to.
Yep, could have taken road for sure, which is, I mean, volatile, right? Gustavo could have been gifted the road again. I like the city anyway. It guarantees the 8 points right now.
You sure? But like, does he have a VP?
12 hits, 2 more wheat. Yonat on 7 cards. I think the production is too good here. It'll come back around. He's got options for road or for the settlement, either way.
I mean, he's got it either way, right?
Yeah.
Unless he's not even going to 7 out. So
won't even 7 out. Yeah, could steal road for those 2 points. If he's got a point that he's been hiding for whatever reason, then it's just a settlement, and that wins too. So this is going to be a 10-6, 5-4 final, potentially. No,
10-5, 4-4.
Oh,
maybe 5 for green,
possibly.
Right?
I guess 5. Yeah. You know, whenever it's like that, I don't know if you play crib. We call that a skunk. You know, when they're that far behind.
Oh.
Oh, the city
don't
does
play.
come down.
Well.
Don't play crib.
Good for you, Red.
It's a nice card game. Nice pastime there. A 7 is rolled on Yonat's turn, but they're just at that threshold. 7.
Yeah, put it on yourself. Put it on the 8 or the 2.
He's gonna block himself just because it doesn't matter.
Yep.
He
GG.
puts it on the 2. That's the signal. No player to steal from on that spot. Goes ahead and plays the Year of Plenty. Hey, let's play that one more time. He takes 2 brick for that one. No points in hand, of course, but he's going to play 2 more roads and steal the longest road. GG. Well played. Yonat, your champion, your grand finals winner. 10 points, and it's going to be 6 for Chun, 4 for Gustavo, and 4 for Magnifico. A dominant one.
Nice job.
To finish
undefeated this tournament.
Undefeated, running the whole thing. That's 5 games right on through. Look at those 2s. Look at those 2s. 4 times for an insane amount of ore in this game. Oh boy. 8s and 10s did roll. It started on that 8, 5, 10. 5s were a little bit lower, but those 8s and 10s did roll. Gave him what he needed for longest road there, especially.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way he was going to lose that after the first few rounds.
Yeah, 2 early cities there. That's too strong right there. He did get 3 trades in there.
He got some pretty favorable trades at the beginning.
Yeah, a lot of those 2-to-1s, I think, with Gustavo there too. Things that really helped him out. 66 for production there. Chun was second, but only at 31 production. The rest at in their 40s there.
That's what cities will do for you.
Yeah, Yonat did get 9 off of that Monopoly, and that's where those cards came from. Meanwhile, Gustavo and Magnifico got 7'd out twice for 8 cards apiece. Truly unfortunate, as Magnifico got robbed 5 times. Yonat only got robbed 3, but I think some of that was just the roll of the 7s. There weren't too many knights played in this one.
Nope.
Well, I hope that... I don't know if that makes you feel better that you lost to Magnifico, who got 4 points in the final. But that's how it goes, you know. Yonat is a strong player.
Right. I mean, man, the 8-5-10 was just such a good spot.
So good
to place first.
Great first spot.
And then who placed after? The 5-9-10.
Yeah, 5-9-10 was second. Good numbers for production.
Right.
And I guess maybe the pivotal point for them was that, off the 511 going to the 3.611 instead of the 3-to-1 port.
Perhaps it was.
That might have been the TSN turning point.
Right. I think maybe Green should have thought about going or gone on the 4.35, where Chun went.
Yeah.
Instead of on the 9.10.
That would have changed things for sure. Starting off on a 2 hex when there's so many 3 hex spots available is
right.
Tough.
Because I think then they probably get on either the 4.611 or the 8.34, or maybe even like the 9.311 or something on the way back. But
that
it is what it is.
That is the game.
The 8.510 was too powerful.
510 too powerful, and he somehow still ended up with a 6.42. I think that was the big part of it too, was he still got a 3 hex spot on their turnaround.
Right, and it was everything he needed, including the 2.
Yeah, the 6 and the 4 were so good. And the 2. Yeah,
the 2 was a beast.
Yeah, if you force Yonat off onto a 2 hex spot, maybe he takes the 9.10 or an 8.4 or something like that, or 8.10. Then you can block his main numbers. Then you block the 5, you block the 8, and then that's a much tougher game. But that 6.42 gifted.
Right, and the 2 rolled 4 times. The 3 rolled only 2 times. The 4 only rolled once, and the 5 only rolled 4 times. So he really had like all of the ore the whole game.
Wow. Well, that is the game, and I'm going to take a quick minute right now. Big shout out to Coochie for dropping a huge $50 donation at the end of the day here as we come to a close, and that is going to put us at 420. Nice. And if you wanted to actually look, it says 420.62, so we're pretty close there.
All right, well.
But shout out to Coochie.
No one's perfect. No one's perfect.
I know, no one's perfect. But 420, we got over that goal of 400 there. I think the organizers would have been happy, getting $250, $300, especially for being so last minute. So shout out to each and every single one of you for donating. Big shout out to Ivy here for jumping into the finals. It's always fun having you in here.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah,
anytime.
Unfortunate that you couldn't get to the finals, but we're happy to have you in here anytime.
For sure, man.
Perfect. Any last words from you for the rest of the audience, the rest of the organizers?
No, just huge thank you. Really proud of the community for coming together like this. It's awesome. Great to see.
Perfect. All right. Well, I'll hang up on this call, but I'm sure we'll see you again, maybe on Tuesday or something.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right, you too. Take care. Thanks again. Perfect. You had it there. That was Ivy, one of the flock. He's been in the community for so long. I'm going to get Amrito Condria into the call right now. He's the one that organized the whole thing, came up with it all. So maybe he's got some closing words for you as we end the day here. Hello. Could we have Yonat opinion on the game? We could get Yonat in here too. What's going on, Amrito?
Not too much, man. Been watching your stream today. Today was a lot more relaxing than yesterday, let me tell you. So it was good to watch.
Yeah, 2 games to manage instead of all 3 qualifiers and prelims. You just get to enjoy it now, right?
Oh yeah, those are some fun games to watch, let me tell you.
Perfect. But once again, shout out to you, for, this was your idea. This was you bringing it all together. Of course, Catan champs. Can't forget Catan champs ever. But yeah, anything you want to say to the crowd here, everyone here that's still watching?
I mean, thank you guys for all the support, for watching the stream, checking out the games. Thanks for Catan champs for helping organize this. Thank you for streaming this and getting a lot of people excited about it. It was a little bit last minute. I was kind of like, this is something I wanted to do, and I was like, next weekend's Valentine's Day, so we won't compete with that.
Yeah.
So let's try to run it this weekend. And the community came together, and it was really amazing. Lots of people reached out about the cause and like their own stories, and I was like,
awesome,
shared my stories, and it was great. just seeing the community around it and getting involved with the Catan community, because this was my first time actually. Like, I got into the server like 2 weeks ago and was like, whoa, this exists, like this is so awesome, I wish I knew about this before. So it was really awesome just meeting a lot of different people, being able to help out a great cause, and hopefully we'll run it again sometime, make this more of like a regular thing.
Perfect. I'm sure the fans would love to see it. Fans love Catan Champs server. We all love a good cause here on this channel and this community too. So thank you again. Thank you again. We had a great weekend.
Amen. Thank you.
Awesome.
Appreciate it.
All right, we'll sign out here for now. Take care.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Perfect. I think that's pretty much. Am I gonna pull Yonut? Are you around? Do you want to talk about this game? You do have some fans here. Let me find Yonut here. Where's Yonut? I feel like they've been in the DMs at some point here. Here, I'm gonna call Yonut here. Your choice. You don't have to call. You don't have to pick it up. Yo, I'm Rito. Thank you for joining the flock. Appreciate it. Hello?
Hello. What's up, dude?
We've got Yonut, your grand champion of the tournament. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm pretty good. A bit sleepy, 1 a.m. here, but
Oh, 1 a.m. You're a trooper, going undefeated 5 games, playing the last 2 here. I think your biggest fans are probably like Coochie in there. He wants to see what you're doing in there.
Yeah, I've received some DMs and the support from the chat is unbelievable, Didn't know I ever have fans playing Catan.
Perfect. I'm going to do a quick shout out real quick here. Ivy gifting the tier 1s. Welcome to the flock. Amrito and to Catan Champs. Love you, Ivy. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Fluffy's in chat for that. Yonut, tell us about that last game. You were so far ahead in that last one.
Yeah, that was a very interesting game. I was debating for my first spot to go 8-5-10 or 8-4 or 5-8-3.
5-8-3. Okay.
Yeah, it's just that weed is a bit rare on this sport, but I quickly realized that if I wanted to go 8-5-3, I wanted to point downwards as well, or to the 8-10 or 5-10. But then I realized that someone might take 8-10, cut me off to the 5-10, and that would not be something that I would like, So, yeah, weed is rare, but also so is break, So ultimately, 8-5-10 was my choice, and not so sure about the road where I went, I could go left and try to get to the 9-10. I could go up to the 8-3, but I wanted to go down because I felt like I could get to the 9-10. I didn't think someone would take the 9-10 at that time. And
that was surprising.
Yeah, that was a bit surprising, not gonna lie. And
yeah, you must have been pretty happy to get that.
Goes south, at least I get Gatewood as a backup.
I think you were really happy to get that 6-4-2 at the end there, and that 2 we checked at the end hit 4 times, and you got over 7 ore for that spot there alone.
Oh, absolutely. Once 9-10 was taken by green, I was happy and sad at the same time. Sad because 10 gets blocked a lot. Since there are 2 players on it.
Yeah.
But also happy because if you look at this board, I think 7 spots have 3 hex spots, and if nobody places on the desert or on a coastal spot, so I should get something like 8-10, which is not good for me, but it's something. 8-10 on the left.
Yeah, that's what we were saying at the end too.
If everyone plays defensive.
Yeah, if that 9-10 wasn't taken, they push you onto a 2 hex spot, and that's a tougher game for you.
Yes, but if nobody takes on 9-10, that's exactly why I pointed down from the 5-8-10. I want to get on the 9-10 myself. Obviously I have the chance to do that. Yeah.
Perfect.
And for the second pick, if Orange takes 6-4-2 for example, I can always take 9-4-11 and build on a 6-3-11, so that's also great.
Great. So you went undefeated here today, yesterday and today. So that's 5 games in a row, and you play a lot. I've seen you in a lot of these tournaments and everything. You're a solid player. Do you have any advice for any people who are playing in these tournaments or just trying to get better at the game?
Well, lately I've been studying from my own games. I've been recording my games from my point of view, and I'm always wondering what I could have done better. If there are any traits that I've missed out, and I think that's really helping my game a lot lately.
Awesome. I think that's a great mentality, and that's a great method to do it. In all esports, I used to coach a team, and they did not enjoy, a couple of the teams did not enjoy reviewing their old tapes of their old games. And I think that's where you do most of your learning, is going back and taking the time to study. And then by the time you get into another game, you don't have to think about it anymore. You already know what the best decision is. So that's very good. Good for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I've learned from the best,
Perfect. I'm gonna leave it open to you now. Congratulations again. Catan Champs and Amrito will be in contact with you for your prizes. Anything else you wanna say to the people?
Oh, I have to say I love Catan Championships. It's great. I've been a fan from I think the second tournament and I love them. Also, this cause is so good. Like it's so nice seeing people actually, promoting Catan through other methods and also helping a lot of people that are in need. I love it. That's why I wanted to stay up a bit later to play.
Perfect. I think well said. And we're happy to have you too. Awesome. Thanks a lot again.
Hey, thank you a lot.
All
Hey.
right. Take care.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Yeah, we had a couple interviews in there. Shout out to everybody. Amrito, Catan Champs, Ivy. Shout out to Yonat there for the win. Everybody in chat who's still around, we appreciate it. Not much to promote for myself. I feel like the cause is bigger today than anything else that I can promote. But we'll try to pass on the love to somebody else from the stream. So I'll just host somebody else. You can do all the things, follow my socials and all that. I feel like there's other opportunities for me to promote that stuff. Right now, it's all about the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, but also all the ones locally in your own, especially myself from Canada, especially from Yona and everybody else from overseas. There are definitely some local causes that you could be helping out too. But that's going to be it. I'm not going to promote anything else. We're just going to sign off here. Have a good rest of the evening. Have a good rest of the weekend. Take care of each other as usual. Do no harm. Do good. Do better. Take care, everyone. Have a good weekend.